Hi guys, Brendan and Aimee here for Global Freedom Movement. Thanks for joining us. Awesome that you're here. Or for those of you who aren't here and not hearing this message, we're waiting for you. Hurry up. While we're waiting, Aimee's here just giving the event a little bit of a share on a timeline. So please feel free. Actually, I strongly encourage you to share it along. Let people know about it. And yeah, let's get the word out. Basically, what we're going to do here tonight is we're launching the Global Freedom University crowdfunding campaign, and we are going to spend about 15 to 20 minutes, hopefully no more than that. We don't want to keep you, and we're just going to nut it out what this is all about, why we need it, why this is a badass idea, and why you're a badass for helping us out. So with that said and that shared,
it's all shared, ready to go. Thanks for joining us. We're still waiting for a few people to join us, so we might just wait for a little bit. Not too long, obviously, because we are punctual.
Unusual.
Somewhat unusual for us. So if you do have any questions throughout the broadcast, please drop them in the comments. If you can hear us now and you see us, please say hi. Don't be shy.
Absolutely. So, yeah, let's get into it anyway.
Kick it off?
We'll kick it off here. So basically, look, guys, we've noticed there's a few problems going on with this truth movement, this awakening process that we're all embedded in and trying to fuel and accelerate. For example, you might have noticed that your attention span has been shrinking. This is a problem fueled very much by social media, but you might have noticed things like, for example, you'll be watching a video and you might only get 10 seconds into it, or you start reading an article and you get 20% of the way through the article and then you bail on it because you get some notification comes up or whatever it is. You get distracted, you see something shiny out the window, whatever it is. This is one of the issues we've got now. There's no direction and there's not much structure in what's happening in terms of our learning and the information gathering and processing and what we're doing with it.
Yeah, it's something that we've really noticed just in terms of, we have statistics on our website so we can see how an article is being read or shared. We're noticing over time, specifically since social media has been changing and there's been a lot more videos coming out, we found that a lot of people, their attention span is waning. And obviously, the more distractions there are on the newsfeed, the more time we're spending on things like social media, the less deeper we are able to get into the topics that matter, and the more fragmented our awareness becomes. And yeah, that's not really the direction that we as a species need to be taking, in our opinion.
In our humble opinion. Steve Hudson, rock on, mate. Good to see you here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
You may have noticed also, you get through absorbing some information, you watch an interview or you read something or watch a documentary or whatever it is, and at the end of it, you're frustrated because you don't know what to do with how to deploy it, how to apply it pragmatically in your own life. This is another sticking point for a lot of us. We're very aware of that. We've had people comment to us, about our interviews, some of our interviews, they like the information that we're giving them. That the guests, the interviewees are giving them, and at the end of it, they want to know more and they want to know how to actually use it and put it to really good use in their lives.
Yeah, I mean, some of the topics that we share are quite emotional topics, and sometimes they can bring up strong emotions like anger and frustration, and they can make you get really fired up. But if we don't have somewhere to direct and channel that anger, frustration into, sometimes it makes us feel powerless, and that's not what we want either. We don't want to be walking around powerless or thinking that we're reading all this information and we're just a little human and we can't help, we can't do anything about it. So this is one of the things that we really, really would like to help you with, is an action plan, an implementation plan. Everything that we have done so far has been focused on solution. We haven't been able to, with simply doing interviews, we haven't been able to do that to the full capacity that we would like.
No, that's right. And not only that, we've noticed along the way over the years that a lot of people have, they have their pet subject, whatever it is that they really get off on. It could be any number of things, but they take that and they hone in on it, they focus on it, they learn heaps about it, they know everything there is to know, and then they know hardly anything about the other things, the other topics that they really should know about. So there's this imbalanced sort of phenomenon, this imbalanced awareness that keeps coming up for us. We keep seeing it, and it blows our minds, on a regular basis. And it's a big problem. It's holding us back because we, obviously, when you don't know enough about subjects in this world, on this crazy planet, there's always some, with the power structure that we have, the more ignorant and unaware you are, the more easy to manipulate you are. And this is one of the things we are going to make it easier to remedy with this project. I mean,
something that might look like, and something that we've noticed is, for example, someone who is super duper healthy, like they're really into fitness and they really care about their physical body. However, they have absolutely no idea what's really happening in the world. But you ask them anything about that one topic that they're really into and they've nailed it. There's tons of that happening, and it's great that people are really interested in one topic enough to understand it deeply and to implement it in their real life. However, what we really need is people that are more well-rounded so that we can attack these issues on a more global level.
Yeah, and also doing what we do, we've been focused on forefront, leading edge information. We want to be at the cutting edge. We want to know what's happening now, and not just what happened 50 or 100 years ago. Or we have a lot of people on the planet who inherit or inhabit belief structures that are completely out of date. And we have this problem with our mainstream education system, and we have it with the media, in that we're just pushing information on people that is, in many cases, completely out of date, not even relevant. Hey, Sarah Miller, thanks for joining us. So this is another thing. This is what we're going to do here. We are going to provide that information, the most important, leading edge, current, paradigm shifted information, and really bring in this, the new world that so many of us can see and feel. It seems to be at the tip of our fingertips. This is our directed, structured, organized kind of strategic approach to making that happen as fast as possible with your help.
Yeah. That educational aspect is something that's really important for us. I mean, if you take the state-sponsored education and look at it, the curriculum that's being taught there is the same stuff that's been taught for years and years and years. It's outdated, same sort of science, it's the same kind of outdated beliefs, and it's not what we really need to be teaching our kids. Even in terms of the subjects that are covered, you've got the usual stuff: English, math, science, geography.
Outdated.
Yeah. But I mean, just recently we put a post up about asking you what topic you would have wanted to have learned at school, and the topics that we had were so awesome, and we were like, oh man, I wish we learned those things at school. Stuff like permaculture, and how to think critically, and how to meditate, and all these kinds of things. I mean, if kids were walking around learning that stuff from a very, very young age, how different would the world be? But we find ourselves in a place now where there's many people who haven't been taught those subjects, and so we're thinking, well, why not teach them now?
Yeah, why wait till they're messed up, damaged, traumatized adults to then try to reprogram them? Yeah, we've done enough of that. That ain't easy. That ain't fun. Tamara Lilly, rock on. Thanks for joining us. Awesome. Margaret
Beautiful
River.
Margaret River.
WA.
Glass of wine in hand.
In the sweltering heat. Gotta love it. So yeah, these are the issues that we've diagnosed over many years combined, Aimee and I, and we want to solve them. We are creating here we are creating in university a sanctuary for truth seekers. This is a place where it's almost, I don't know how to best describe this, but if you take the best elements of online learning and you eliminate the rubbish information, and you get rid of the distractions and the trolls and the data mining and the ads and all this stuff, this is kind of what we want to be building here. This is what we're going to create here. It's going to be broad coverage of the really critical key subjects that we all really kind of need to give ourselves a chance to learn about. And it's going to be not just, for those of us who are, mature adults, 30s or 40s, 50s or whatever. It'll also be a useful resource for parents who are homeschooling, teenagers as well, definitely. It's going to be multimedia based. We know that not everyone learns in the same way. That's one thing.
That's one major part of it that we have really focused on, is that we know that everyone out there learns differently. So we want people to learn the way that you like. So I am not particularly enthused by watching videos. I would prefer to read it. If I find a page that only has a video, I'll generally watch a little bit, and if it doesn't grab me quickly, I'm gone. But if it has, if there's something else that I can read, I'm pretty happy with that. Whereas we've learned, we're both like that, and we've learned that many people do not read, and they love videos. They won't read the content; they'll just watch the video. We've also had feedback, people love our podcasts. So, a major part of what we're building here is a multimedia, multidimensional learning environment. So it's something that you can delve into, and you can learn the topics the way you like. You can pick the topic you want and the way that you want to learn that. And that's really important for us.
Yeah, and learn to figure things out, go through it at your own pace.
Yeah,
it's really up to you. So it's self-directed. It's obviously us being who we are and what we do. We are also nobody's publicly. The Global Freedom Movement and the GF University will be completely independent. We're not in anyone's pocket. No one's sort of pulling the purse strings or manipulating us. Paying us to say to this or that, and, push an agenda. If anything, people would be wanting to shut us up, but that won't be happening. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing it with you guys. It's going to be absolutely epic. In the end, it's going to be amazing.
Another thing that that I'm really excited about is the ability to learn topics from multiple perspectives. So that's one thing that held us back in doing only GFM media and interviews with guests who are experts on the topics that we spoke about. We kind of felt like we could only interview one person about one topic, and we didn't want to rehash the same stuff over and over again. But when we're doing it in a curriculum style, in a learning environment, it gives us the opportunity to speak with people who might have opposing viewpoints or a different way of talking about that topic. And for us, we feel like that is a better way of learning, because it allows us to sort of think of our own on the topic. It's not just like one-sided, this is how it is. We've got to keep our minds and our brains open in this world. We can't just learn, one thing in one way. And so that's another thing we are really focusing on.
Yeah, it was always something that irritated me to no end to have an interview with someone and have that chunk of information, but not have the format or the platform to critically analyze that information and really add to it and bring in other dimensions and complementary angles and say, well, look at the other ways we can see this and interpret this, and there's a bigger picture here, and here's what this relates to and that. And now we're gonna create an environment where we can do that, and we can really, there won't be any real limits on what we can sort of do with it. I'm looking forward to all the different kick-ass stuff we can do and teach and learn ourselves in the project together, and finding collaborating with the other teachers who are going to be on board and providing content along with us, because it's not just going to be me and Aimee. There's going to be a whole host of absolutely amazing human beings contributing awesome material. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's really that whole point about connecting the dots or putting all the puzzle pieces together is something that's really, really lacking in today's world. You know, we've got people who are experts in one area, and that's fantastic. Like, we really need the experts, but we need to bring those experts together and sort of formulate an action plan or a blueprint for living, which is sort of what we've termed what we're creating, so that we can all move forward together in a more holistic sort of fun fashion instead of, you know, feeling like we're being pulled along in our lives and, you know, have no power to change where we're going with it all. Yeah.
So I think at this point we've just about covered the really key points we wanted to put across to you. And basically, if you're doing, I don't know if we mentioned this, but please whack them in the chat box there now. Let us know what they are, and we'll do our best with them. Definitely. Give us your feedback as well, guys. Let us know your thoughts. The campaign copy. We want you to go check out the campaign copy.
You're the first to see this page. No one has been to this link yet. So you're very special by being here and watching this. So we want you to go to, it's globalfreedommovement.org/university. That's where our crowdfunding campaign is, and it's live and it's ready to go now. So what we want you to do now is go there, head over to the page and read the full campaign. Read it in its entirety, and you'll know after reading it if it's a fit for you and want to be a part of this. If you feel your heart singing as you're reading it, awesome, because that's what we want. We want people who are really excited by this project and are ready to delve into this in a structured way.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks in advance for the support. We know that there's a whole bunch of you out there who can't wait to get onto this and make it happen. So thank you. Thank you for sharing it, letting people know about it, let your networks know about it, email your friends, tag them in a status or whatever it is, tweet it, whatever it is. Lee Barbara, thanks for joining us. Awesome.
Hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee. With that said, sorry, I think we're just about ready to sign off.
I think we are, yeah.
Here we go. We've got
drop
a question.
the link in. Okay, cool.
Tamara Lilly. Yep, okay.
I don't know how do we go here? All right, cool.
Thanks, Tamara.
Excuse my.
We're just dropping the link in the chat box here, guys. Live action. Can't beat it. It's totes raw and authentic.
Hopefully that's right. That work?
There you go.
It did. Okay, awesome. So that's the link. It is a so what we want you to do, is just make sure you read through the whole thing. We put it in the video in a very short form because we know, as we mentioned, people don't like reading. But what we're trying to do is get you to widen that attention span and always.
Sam Devlin, welcome.
Oh, my brother.
Maybe that was a bit of a synchronistic timing there, talking about attention span.
Yeah.
Ash Bryant, rock on, just in time, mate. Also, Damien Privet, mate, you're a legend. Thank you. He's also whacked the link in there.
Excellent. Thank you.
Legend. So this is what we're talking about. We love this teamwork and collaboration. The support from you guys out there who are supporting us is absolutely amazing. It makes life, it makes it easier, and that's for us is a very, very good thing. Trust me.
We're entirely grateful for those who have helped us put this campaign together. I also want to make a big shout out to Roscoe, who runs the platform Gather Change, who we're running our campaign on. So one of the things you'll notice with our campaign is it's slightly different to other people's crowdfunding campaigns, and it's something that's we feel is very cool, and it's something that really fits with our values, and we're merging crowdsourcing and crowdfunding together. So you'll notice that when you read the campaign, and we'll share a little bit more about that with you in another live, probably throughout the week or next week. when we have some time and you guys have some questions. But in the meantime, we should probably let you go and read the campaign.
We have gone just a touch over.
To be and people to talk with.
Absolutely. You got important stuff on as well. Angela Elizabeth, thanks. You're a legend. Good to see you here. And with that, without further ado, we will say sayonara for now. And thanks again for sharing.
Thank you.
Feel free to email us. Let us know, if you want to help out or how you want to help, or if you've got questions, just hit us up and we'll get back to you ASAP.
Awesome. Once again, the link is globalfreedommovement.org/university.
And with that, Stuart Johnson, rock on, mate.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye, guys.